I'm back. This is the Important Questions podcast, the only podcast. It's good to be back. I listened to the episodes that you guys did without me, and I gotta say, you were funnier when I was on the show.
Nice. I like that pause there.
Yeah.
That's my intro.
Motherfucker.
Scott, you go.
Oh, okay. You're going to roll right into it. Got an intro question. Yep. Nice little warm up for you guys.
Bro, you got to say what the podcast is.
Oh, we answer your questions that you send us, and sometimes we make our own up.
That's right, baby. Keep going. You got this.
That's it. That's the whole thing. That's
You're
our
doing
shtick.
great, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Rico, welcome back from your 2-week poop.
Thank you.
We missed you.
I'm still constipated. I actually never pooped.
He just fucking gave up.
Yep.
So Scott, yeah, the intro question is yours, bud.
Am I clear to go?
I guess so. We're in it now.
All right.
We got some weird vibes going on already.
It's going to be a fun 120 minutes. Anyways, nice little warm up for you fellas. What is the best thing to do with a 20 you find on the ground?
Lotto tickets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know my scratchers?
You know the trend lately about like girl dinner, girl lunch and shit. Apparently there's something also called girl math that I learned about. And a lot of it has to do with money. Where it's just like, if the money never hits your bank account, then is it actually real money? Or maybe it's girl finances. I thought someone told me it was just called girl math. I don't remember.
I need context because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Dude, don't tell me for a second you haven't seen a single girl dinner meme on Twitter.
Bro, you're the most online of anyone. You've never seen any of that?
No,
I have not seen any of this either.
Girl dinner is
no
like
idea
when a
what this
girl
is.
doesn't want to make dinner, so she eats a Lunchable and calls it a charcuterie board. It's like shit like that. They turn it into a meme.
Oh, like Bachelor shit.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
You take
and
like
according to girl finances, a 20 that never hits your bank account is never money you've ever had in the first place.
Okay.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
So you doing scratch offs with those, or are you gonna do like a couple quick picks?
I think scratch offs because historically I've had more luck with them than quick picks. Even though the success rate is usually like either A, another free ticket, or just B, making up the money I spent on my own ticket.
That's
You
fair.
just need to.
But still, historically more success.
You need to play more of the other kind, not the scratchers. The pick ones. Do more of that. Gamble more, Dave. You'll eventually win more.
I just bought.
You know what? You're right.
I did the stupid thing when one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, it's up to like 2 billion because nobody won last time," and I'm like, "Sure." Myself and every other dickhead will go just spend $20 on this, and nothing's gonna come from it. And I went to do the. They have like the apps now on your phone where you can scan the barcode, so you don't even have to go in the store. And if you lose, it says, "I'm sorry, you didn't win. Play like another time." But if you win something, it says, "You might be a winner. Please take this into your nearest vendor."
Might be.
And I know that's what got me is it said "might be." Like how shitty would that be if you get up there and it's like, "Nope, you didn't win anything, you asshole."
You want a free
Please play
soda?
again, though.
But I was like sitting there, like obviously managing my expectations, like. It's probably going to be nothing, or it's going to be like $1 or $2 because the last time I got like $20 worth of quick picks, I won $2.
Scott,
And yeah,
are you trying to tell us that you're a 2 billionaire?
no.
Okay.
Well, I really hope that you guys don't treat me any differently after this, but I won $4.
Damn, bro.
Jesus Christ. How much did you spend on the ticket? $20?
$20.
Okay. So you're negative 16er.
Well, for now, but my winnings doubled from the last time I played. So if I go put another $20 down, I'm gonna win 16.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Okay. That's sound girl math right there.
I was just gonna say that's boy math.
Boy dinner is like a piece of white toast with condensed soup spread on top of it.
Boy dinner reminds me of like how you say that you eat sometimes, like more utilitarian, like where you just open up like a can of beans, you just eat a can of beans.
Yeah.
That's what I think boy dinner is.
With a plastic spoon, because I don't want to do dishes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
That's just bachelor stuff.
Yeah.
I don't eat like that so much anymore because I'm married and my wife cooks for us. But I would go back to that in a heartbeat.
Did you guys ever have to learn how to make condensed soup? In adulthood, I didn't realize that you had to mix in either milk or water.
Yeah.
It's like there was a few times I just put condensed soup in a bowl and microwaved it and ate like soup jello.
Ew, what the fuck?
Dude, I feel stupid. I never considered putting milk in like a cream-based soup.
Yeah, dude.
I remember getting like the condensed like cream of chicken and I add water to it. I'm like, this just sucks.
Yeah, bro. Add some milk.
Fucking horrible. It's like skim milk.
Add some milk, man. As Rico would tell you.
I feel like taking like the condensed tomato soup and like dipped like Ritz crackers in it before. It's not great, but it is energy. So
that's just like tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Dave with the Jimmy John bread.
Yeah. It's like Dave with the Jimmy John's day old bread. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you're warmed up, we can move on.
Yeah. What was your question?
It was
what'd you do? $20. That's right.
Yeah.
Literally just keep it in my wallet until I remember that it's in there. Because
probably same.
Yeah.
And then whatever I'm trying to buy at that moment. Or just stick it in a birthday card the next time that somebody has a birthday.
Oh, fuck yeah. $20 is great.
I can't remember the last time I had cash in my wallet.
Very rare.
Is $20 still the magic number for birthday cards? Like after all this inflation that we have to adjust for?
I still think it's the standard, but it is significantly less useful.
Yeah.
Call up grandma and tell her the buying power of the dollar has dropped. She needs to fix her
We're
gift.
No longer on the gold standard, babe. I need a little bit more here. I need at least 40.
Ouch. Times are tough.
No,
so buy me 1/3 of a video game.
Hey, if she supports an indie developer, then that's like almost 2/3.
I was in GameStop a couple months ago, and they had a new game. Not even like it wasn't like a special edition. Wasn't like a bonus thing. It was just the same fucking game as all the other ones, and it was like $70.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, a lot of games are going to 70 now.
It's bullshit.
It's going to be the new norm.
I will never in my life pay more than $60 for a video game. And even $60 is like pushing it. Like I bought Elden Ring when it first came out, and I think it was $60. And like I really liked that game. Then I feel like I got my money's worth, but also like $60 is too much for a video game. I mean, I know a lot of people worked hard on it and whatnot, but
I know the second the new Ark game comes out, and this is a reference back to an older question, I will be buying it, and I probably still won't even get close to beating it, but it's going to be awesome.
Might be waiting a while for that, Scott.
I'm still going to do it.
Hell yeah. Are we warm?
Yeah, you warm, Scott?
I am. I also have a cup of coffee that's helping me out, so thanks, Rico.
Does this mean I get to pick who goes?
You do, Rico, as this week's host.
Scott, go.
Well, fuck. Okay, would you boys ever clone yourselves?
No.
That's my important question. Okay.
Would I ever clone myself?
Cloned yourself, would you have the clone jerk you off? And is that weird?
I mean,
yes.
I arguably am the
no,
best.
But yes.
I'm arguably the best at jerking myself off. So would it still be like somebody else is doing it?
Well, yeah, it would. But also, you're the best at jerking yourself off from the angle of you jerking yourself off.
I still know what I like.
Reach around.
I still know what I like.
Do you think you could? You think your clone could pull it off?
Well, fuck yeah.
Does the clone have like all of your experiences and skills, or is it just hopping out of a vat?
Right, like jerking off isn't a gene. That took years of practice.
All right. I mean, we can start with one and go to the other. I don't know.
Also, like, is the clone's not even going to know what that is?
Not until the clone goes through puberty itself.
I also wanted to throw like another like part of this into the mix and say, like, what if there's only like a 60% chance that it's actually going to be like 100, like successful. And otherwise you're going to get like a lame clone.
It's you, but it made like all the worst series of decisions.
So
And
it's
it looks
me?
the same somehow.
Yeah.
So it's me.
What if the clone comes out and they're way cooler than you?
Oh, that would
Oh, yeah.
suck so bad.
depressing.
I'd have to like just live in my closet, and my clone would like have a bunch of people over and
Yeah.
like hosting parties and stuff, and I'm sitting there like, I just want to be as
What did I
cool
do
as him.
wrong?
My clone calls me nerd and kicks me in the balls.
I feel like I would do it, and solely for, I don't know, I would try to have like some agreement with my clone where we both work the same job, so that way we only have to work half the time. Like if you have meetings and shit, your employer will never know.
Yeah, but then that's still another person that's gonna. They're a cost. Like you're gonna.
Yeah,
have
they
to
live
start
in your
paying for
house.
shit. Yeah,
You got to feed that
you're
person.
losing
You
money
know,
on that
I
shit.
didn't think that through because we'd be making half the amount. So
That person would want
son
their
of a
own
bitch.
$350,000 a year or whatever
Yeah.
it is that you make.
I
If
don't
you
want to do
can-
this anymore.
If you can clone a person, why can't you like make their skin like plant skin so they like photosynthesize?
What?
Because one thing is more reasonable than the other?
Is it?
This is.
Are
me
you
if I were a
conflating like real
pigman.
science with sci-fi there, Smitty?
I
Would they
mean,
be green?
I was imagining like when you say cloning, I generally forget that we have some degree of that technology, and I was just imagining like a birthing vat of just like glass on like a spaceship.
No,
I don't know why.
What happens, especially in order to get the plant skin, is I cut my finger off, but then I put it in a pot of soil and
You
I
grow into a
water it
person.
about twice a week.
Nice.
I think cloning would be fun to fuck with people, like to do a like you're in more than one spot at the same time. That shit would be so awesome. I guess it'd basically just be as lame as having an identical twin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know
guess,
if I want that either.
They might be like the best friend you could have because you like have all the same interests and shit, but also I could see that getting really annoying and old.
And also sounds
Yeah.
lonely as fuck.
Yeah.
I have no friends, so I had to clone myself.
Mhm.
Well, you don't have to present it like that.
He's rejecting my invites to play Fortnite. This is bullshit.
But I went through like science school and like progressed science technology super far just so I could have a friend.
Some like
That does
evil
come off
villain
kind of
shit.
miserable.
Yeah,
No.
it's still just to jump off what Dave said. He is just cooler and gets other friends like really fast.
He wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. That would you invite your clone on this show
Fuck no.
or
dude.
do a podcast with just your other clone?
I
Maybe
guess
as,
it
like, a
would-
guest.
I don't know. I hate
You
myself.
can
enough.
come on as a guest.
I don't want to put a. Yeah, I don't want to multiply that. Not
That might make our
myself.
schedules easier though.
Like, so if the clone doesn't have all of our memories and experiences, it's literally just another person that just looks like us.
Yeah, it's just genetically the same, but yeah,
That's just-
completely
that's just a
different upbringing
doppelganger.
and experiences.
Yeah. So if I can get over the hump of like just it's like looking in a mirror all the time, like we might not even be friends because he could just be a total asshole.
Yeah,
Not in the same way that I am, so it might not mesh up. But
That would be a good way to get really. I guess it wouldn't necessarily be introspective anymore if you really haven't seen yourself from the outside. It'd be a good way to be like, oh, well, maybe those jokes that I make all the time aren't funny, and maybe I kind of am a dick. Also, that shirt looks horrible.
I was just gonna say,
I
like
mean,
I see him wearing a pair of pants that I wear all the time. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
those don't actually look very good. Shit.
well, maybe I do it then for that reason.
That's the only reason. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
okay.
just
So basically,
Be like a
have
human mannequin for
just
me.
a fucking mirror at this point.
Yeah.
But that's-
those
I-
cargo
again,
shorts are
like-
really a mistake or not.
again, like even though they're genetically the same, I guess to that point, Smitty, like this person might be your clone, but be in much better shape or worse shape than you.
Right.
Mhm.
That would be weird if they're like, Rico, we're gonna clone you, but we're also gonna chuck 60 pounds on this one just to make sure you never let yourself go.
This one weighs 60 more
rock hard
pounds and has
ass.
scoliosis.
It looks like one of those. It looks like the computer generated human body so it can survive car accidents.
It looks like Big Baby.
It looks like Baby Boy.
Yeah, Baby Boy.
Baby boy. Yeah.
But like if there was a machine that like could clone a person and then also clone all of my memories too and literally create like a duplicate, experiences, memories, opinions, all of it.
I feel like I'd want me to live its own experience though.
Yeah, like
I don't know if I would want like the upload from my brain to its brain.
I feel like if I created that person, I'd be obligated to like be a steward for them because like
Yeah.
I made you, so I'm kind of like your parent, but also you're me too. So I feel responsible for you. This is a fucking drag.
Yeah, the clone's
Yeah, I don't like
like,
this.
I didn't ask to be created.
That's what I would say if I was a clone.
Same.
You're not my real me.
Just
Yeah.
sitting at dinner with the clone and like he's making like mouth noises and I become really self-conscious of how I've eaten for the last 31 years.
You have like every time you go out together, someone asks you guys if you're twins, and you're like, "No, we're fucking clone. He's my fucking clone." Okay.
Yeah. We get
Stop
matching
fucking asking me.
shirts that say like he's me and I'm him.
We're an I'm with stupid shirt.
Except you're with the clone that wasn't like completely successful, so it's like just missing a little bit up top.
He's just got a bad haircut. It's all good.
Oh, that would be, out of all the things that you could get on the roll of a dice for a clone, it's like the exact same, but his hair's fucked up.
He's got a bad cowlick in the front or something. Like everything else is the same and fine, and then
Yeah.
it's like, shit, man, you gotta wear a hat all the time.
It's just all patchy. He's got like a shittier beard, but refuses to shave it. All right, cool. I'm satisfied enough.
Yeah. You satisfied?
Yeah.
It's good. Sweet.
Rico, you're
Sweetie?
killing this, man.
Yeah, I
Hell
love
yeah.
it.
I even know the question to ask when it starts getting awkwardly silent. Smitty?
And you even asked Smitty in the middle of his drink.
That's
true.
twice. Scott was drinking too. I'm getting good at this shit.
You're getting really good at this.
How's that?
So
That piss again?
me?
Yeah, you drinking piss
No,
again?
it's sewage. It's just raw sewage.
Oh, all right. Shit
I
and
didn't cook
piss.
it. So I'm gonna go with the question that I put in the group chat a couple of days ago. What is something that you believe is perfect and cannot be improved? And I'm talking like tangible items or like an invention or like a food or like a recipe, maybe even like a concept for something. Maybe the execution sucks, but the concept itself is airtight. I don't know. But like I have an example, but I don't want to like immediately dominate this. Because Dave, you said you had a couple of things.
I wrote down 4.
Oh shit. Nice.
Do you just want me to run through them, or?
I mean, you go one at a time, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything?
I got 2.
I
Okay.
have a video game and
That's
2
sweet.
recipes.
Oh, that's close to what I have.
Mm.
First one that was on my list is 2 separate pizza places that do one thing perfectly. So number 1 is Aurelio's. Their pizza sauce is perfect. I would not change a thing about it. But Home Run Inn, the pizza crust is perfect. So if there was a way to like combine those together, I think it would. I think it'd be a pretty good time.
Dave, have you ever
Nice.
eaten in at Home Run Inn?
Yes.
Is it better? Like how well, obviously it's going to be better than they're like frozen, but is it like orders of magnitude better than they're frozen? Is it worth sitting down there?
I think so, and I also truly believe Home Run Inn Frozen is like the best frozen pizza option you could fucking buy.
That's what we always get.
It's phenomenal, and they sell it even out in Colorado too. So it's pretty great.
I've never eaten it. I've never eaten there, but it's on our list of things to do.
It's solid, even if you're just getting takeout. Highly recommend.
I miss Aurelio so much.
Oh, their pizza sauce is so good, dude.
That was my go-to, and now out here I'm like, I guess I just won't have pizza.
I've eaten at Aurelio's a very small handful of times in my life. But what makes their sauce like different from other places?
So my theory is it's malt and like malty beer. Because there's a couple of like copycat recipes online, and I've been trying to find a decent one for a while so I could just make it at home. And all of them are like either all wrong or like half right. So all of them call for beer, but it never tells you like what kind. And I realized that it's usually like the darkest, maltiest fucking beer in the world. And they also call for sugar because it's a sweeter sauce. But if you just substitute that for like additional malt sugar, like a malt syrup or something like that, it raises the sweetness and it gives it like that malty flavor. And it's just super unique. And I'm pretty sure that's their secret that I just spilled to the world.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
You cut out hardcore for me. What's the secret?
You'll just have to listen to find out.
Fuck. Big Aurelio's is listening in on our conversation.
Yeah. Cut him off.
Yeah, they censor it in the middle of us recording.
Yeah.
That would be funny if you bleep that shit in post.
I should.
Motherfucker.
Rico's
may never
the
know.
pen paper. You're just gonna have to listen to it after to find out.
This will be the first time Rico's like, I gotta listen to that episode the second it comes out.
Yeah.
Sorry, within the week it comes out.
My second food thing is something that I make, and it's a type of soup. And it's made with rutabaga, which is like a less starchy potato.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And it's made with that and bacon, and it's like a cream soup. It's almost like a potato bacon cream soup, but it's specifically the kind that I make.
Nice.
It's 10 out of 10.
What's the secret to that one?
So the secret to that one is
Oh, dude, I can't wait to try that.
You'll just have to listen to it afterwards to find out.
Did you say there's half cup or it was just like a third cup?
The secret is not to overcook the flour before you make the roux. Then I also had 2 video games. The first one I just started playing about 2 weeks ago. It's called Subnautica.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And it's super fucking fun. And the second one is the first 2 Paper Mario games. Also 10 out of 10.
Nice.
I need to go back and play Paper Mario because I think I was too stupid as a child to get past a certain point, and I just never played it again.
The original's super good, and then the 1,000-Year Door, which is the one that came out on GameCube, which I hear they're remastering, is also really fucking good.
That one is really good. I think I played through that multiple times as a kid.
Yeah, it's super
Good
fun.
stuff. That's the one where like it flips between like 2D and 3D as like a actual gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Like the reason I actually asked this question though is like, so my wife and I got a bonfire pit from Menards with a rebate, and we were roasting s'mores, and s'mores are like, you cannot improve a s'more. S'mores are perfect. And like every other riff on a s'more is not anywhere close to as good as an actual s'more.
What do you mean riff on a s'more?
Like where people add like extra things. Sometimes people add like peanut butter, or they have like a specialty marshmallow, or they will like put it in some kind of different form, like s'more bars or like s'more pie,
Gotcha.
that sort of stuff. Never as good as an actual s'more.
Not gonna lie, if you substitute that plain Hershey's chocolate with like a Kit Kat or something, it's fucking dope.
I disagree. It's not.
You got to it's got to be just Hershey's milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, if you have like something like a meal that places use that as like a I don't know. Like Dairy Queen has a s'more blizzard, which I love. Because I also love s'mores. I feel like if you have something like that, you've got something special, right?
I mean,
if they're like
stuff like that's good, but it's just not as good, right? Like, because like with a s'more, it's warm and like the marshmallow is melting the chocolate enough that it's like not dripping down your hand, but it's like a little bit more liquid, and then that's also warm, and the entire thing is just like the texture is so good with like the crunch and then the soft and then the less soft of the chocolate bar.
I actually kind of prefer it when the chocolate's cold going on, and then it mixes nicely with the warm marshmallow.
That's fair.
It's a very good answer, Smitty. The s'more.
Yeah. And like I literally spent not an hour, but a while thinking about this, because I'm like, well, how can you actually improve a s'more? Just to like make it airtight, so like one of you guys would be like, just add this, and it'd be like, oh fuck. Oh,
the answer is definitely not burning the ever living fuck out of your marshmallow.
Yeah, I don't want to eat charcoal.
Okay, but
you have to do low and slow.
A little, you got to toast it a little.
Oh yeah, you toast it, but you don't want to light it on fire.
I disagree. You do want to light it on fire.
I think
you don't want to burn it to a crisp, though.
You start out low and slow because you got to get that inside nice and melted.
Exactly. You can't immediately go to.
Then you crisp up the outside.
Yeah.
Around the outside.
I cannot burn a marshmallow. Can't do it. I'm a low and slow guy.
Yeah. It takes longer, but it's worth it.
Mm.
Yeah,
golden brown, baby.
I like the crisp.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck yeah.
So what my first example that I thought of is this recliner that I own. It's a Lazy Boy from like 1992.
Oh my god.
That's a really specific example.
It's it was my grandparents, so they gave it to me, and I've had that thing for probably at least 15 years, if not longer. It is my fucking favorite chair by far and above. I've yet to sit in another recliner and feel just as comfortable, and I don't need anything else with it. It doesn't need. I don't give a shit about cup holders. I don't give a shit about the recliners that have like USB chargers in the side of them. Don't fucking care.
That shit's annoying. Like, I don't need a chair to have an electrical current running through it. Like,
that thing's just gonna at some point something's gonna go haywire and it's gonna clasp you in.
Yeah.
Well, like if
you're gonna be entombed in that thing.
Well, that too. But like if there's like electronics and shit in the furniture, like what if the electronics go out? And it's like, well, I don't want to throw out this couch. Like it's stupid.
You gotta call
like then you just got useless hardware on it.
You forget that your couch also operates as a couch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that there's like useless hardware on there that you can't even use anymore, and it's like, that's stupid.
No, I'm thinking more of like the people that throw it away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't throw it away, but I'd be annoyed that like I can't use like a function of my furniture.
Well, you got to call an electrician in, and then he's gonna have to cut open the back of the couch in order to replace a USB cable for you.
Like, my couch won't connect to Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
the couch's Bluetooth isn't working. I'm on the phone with Apple support right now.
Trying to get my couch to connect to my chair so they know that they're paired.
Geek Squad won't link up my coffee table either. It's bullshit.
There's probably a couch that has speakers in it that you can Bluetooth to a TV.
Okay, that's a sick idea. That I'm down for.
No, that's too much.
No, it's not.
That's too much.
That's like
that's dumb.
That's surround sound that you don't have to have extra speakers for. That's
but why do you want your couches? Why would your couch's speakers connect to the TV,
dude? Those speakers are going to be total dog shit.
They probably would be, but I bet you if it was executed right, it'd be pretty cool. I think.
No.
All right, fuck you.
I don't
know. Should.
Do you think that a couch, if it had like electric stuff in it that went out, the other couches wouldn't want to fuck it when you leave because they're not as good?
It's broken.
Yes.
We can tell what episode of the podcast Rico's still on.
Number 2. Fuck.
What if like the electricals in your couch shorted and they just lit your couch on fire?
Hopefully it killed me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have other examples, Scott?
I do. I have, well, because we were talking about Dairy Queen, I'm going to bring up the cookie jar blizzard once again because that thing's fucking dope. And
I finally had one.
yeah, and
I prefer s'mores.
okay, I mean, respect,
Yeah.
but cookie jar blizzard is the tits, in my
Ooh,
opinion.
Can I do a Blizzard tangent
Go for it.
/ super miniature rant? I fucking love Heath bars, but the moment you throw it in a Blizzard, and I had to learn this the hard way, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
That's just my PSA.
That's
Don't
how
think I've had a
M&Ms
Heath
are
bar.
too.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Frozen M&Ms don't really work well.
Yeah, I don't want to break my teeth. Like they do not work well in ice cream.
I feel like almost anything like caramely or toffee, and I know M&Ms don't count that way, but they kind of have like that shell, right?
Yeah.
Like anything that like doesn't work but too well frozen. Like I don't think Snickers works too well in ice cream either.
No.
Right. Butterfinger's not bad.
Butterfinger
like
and like
crispy.
Kit Kat
Those are
and
good.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
That works really well in ice cream.
Yeah. You know what candy is absolute dog shit? Fucking Milk Duds. I have never in my
Yes.
life been glad to eat a Milk Dud.
I used to like those, and now I feel like if I tried it, all my molars would just come out.
Yeah, that's I am absolutely afraid that in the very few times I eat Milk Duds, I'm afraid I'm going to pull a tooth out.
Same thing with a Whopper.
I like
Oh my
Whoppers.
gosh.
I love Whoppers.
Malted milk balls are awesome.
But
I was gonna say, have you guys gotten like legitimate like candy store malt balls though?
Oh, they're so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, they're fucking amazing.
You can get the chocolate malt powder at a lot of grocery stores too. You can mix it with milk. It's real good.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. I love a good malted milkshake.
Way better than Nesquik.
Oh yeah.
Two video game examples that I have. One is Jedi Fallen Order that came out for PS4, I think. That was one of my favorite video games, and it was obviously it's a Star Wars thing. It was like a totally original story, pretty much original characters, and I thought the story itself was amazing. I thought the acting or the voice acting, whatever, the mocap stuff, I thought that was all super cool. The music was totally original, and it fits so well. So that's up there, as well as Pokemon Ruby version. I thought that game was perfect.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I have a video game one. Portal 2.
Yes.
Also, I mean Portal as well. I think there's like nothing you can really poke at as being bad about those games. 2 just kind of made the story, a little bit better, more engaging, I would say. And it's been a while since I played them, but I think some of the mechanics and like puzzles were more inventive. But
it's not the game's fault, but all the cake is a lie memes were really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to play back through those because I remember when they came out, I didn't have the patience for puzzle games, but I still loved everything else about Portal.
Yeah, I played them like 5 years after they came out. I think by then I was like almost 20-ish. I can't remember, but they were fun.
Well,
yeah.
Dave, I think you remember actually when we both got Jedi Fallen Order and we were like playing in like the party chat or whatever, we were playing our own games and you kept telling me, just wait till you get to this one puzzle, just wait. And in that game, I was like, this fucking sucks, man. This is the only part about the game I didn't like for like a little bit.
Whoa, that's not perfect then.
Well, no, I mean,
that invalidates your answer.
Well, no, hold on, because that was back then, and then it's like, no, if I just was a little bit more patient, it's the game itself is perfect. My brain is very imperfect, and that's where the focus was here.
Okay. Okay.
Smitty's waveform just went to a solid block for 15 seconds.
I gotcha.
Got him. 2 food examples. My wife's grandma's apple pie. And I was talking to my wife about this earlier, but people have tried to replicate it, even like having the recipe. It's not like a secret or anything. Tried to replicate it with the recipe after watching her make it, and you can tell it's not hers, even though like followed to the T. You can tell it wasn't made by her. So,
Is she one of those people who, like, when she cooks, she doesn't actually measure things precisely? She just does like handfuls and shit.
Yeah, she is.
That's
except
why.
for like
That's definitely
one
why.
recipe. Yeah, one recipe I guess is like noodles or something, like homemade noodles or something. Maybe
so
I don't know.
good.
But that's the one thing that she follows the recipe for every time. And then similarly, my mom's chocolate chip cookies, which is a secret.
Aw.
I'm the only other person besides her that has a recipe, and not the same scenario where it's like, we made them and they were pretty damn good.
Nice.
Actually, I think it's doesn't go along with your question, Smitty, now that I think about it, because we added in white chocolate chocolate chips and it was even better. So
Oh shit.
So when you did that
variation
sort of riff,
is probably perfect. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yo, can you make some? We'll be back around Christmas. I'd like to try these.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yo,
yeah.
Rico, I'm also gonna be back home around Christmas.
Also, I just want to throw this out here because
we share family, just so you know.
I don't want to start no fights, but I'd also like to volunteer my wife's chocolate chip cookies to be.
Fight.
Wow, like is this a competition?
Smitty, I bet
can't
your wife
improve on
also makes killer cookies, huh?
She does, but I'm not going to force her to make cookies for you guys.
You should force her.
Make the cookies, wife.
Rico, I got Rico, is your
Faster.
secret ingredient cinnamon? Just a little bit of cinnamon.
No comment.
All right.
I was going to talk
If my
about
wife-
this at a separate episode, but like we've been talking about like secret ingredients and stuff. This is like an anti-rant. This is something I love. And I love when recipes, or not recipes. I love when restaurants, I know I'm using like the hands in the video. The listeners can totally tell. I love when restaurants have like a secret recipe. And like I know it's mostly bullshit, like fucking who gives a shit? Like I know Mac sauce is Thousand Island dressing and relish and probably some mayonnaise. Like that's not really a secret, but something about that adds like some intrigue that I love for some reason. It really tickles me in a certain way.
Can companies even do that anymore? Because they'd be like, we have a secret ingredient, and the FDA's like, the fuck you do, man. High fructose corn syrup. Put it right on the front, right up top.
Well, the FDA is the only people who know other than the restaurant who know the secret recipe.
Yeah, but now everything has to
secret
have a label on it, so you can't like
But
flip
you
it
don't
over and
have to
it'll be
you
like
don't have to
high
disclose,
fructose
like-
corn syrup, maltodextrin, secret ingredient.
You don't have to
Secret
disclose
masters.
volumes.
That's true.
That's true. Ratios and things.
Yeah. I guess to be fair too, like when you look at some sodas or like some juices or something, it'll say like high fructose corn syrup, water, and then it'll say natural flavors. And I'm like, can you like get a little bit more specific on what that is? Because that's bullshit.
It's like dirt and plants and things. But like when I'm such a like sucker for if I see like a bag of cookies at Walmart and it says like secret family recipe, and I'll look twice at that. I don't know why, something about that just hits for me.
And then you take it home and you flip it over and the Nabisco logo's on the back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God damn
God
it.
damn it. Advertisement lied to me.
Like, isn't that like the case with like the famous Amos or whatever? Like, it's supposed to be more like that's like the old school cookie. And I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
just Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. It's
They probably
like
changed one thing.
the Otis Spunkmeyer or whatever. It's like you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
replacing with another old fart's name, and it's another generic ass cookie.
Mhm.
Yeah. They love using old people names
Yeah.
on baked goods.
I will say I like this more in concept than execution most of the time, because like KFC's whole shit is the secret family recipe for fried chicken, and I fucking hate KFC.
So they
It's
love
the
their
worst chicken.
spices.
Yeah.
Yeah, their spices kind of suck.
Their spices
Dr.
don't
Pepper's kind
suck.
of the same way too.
It's just
Yeah.
always like
Dr. Pepper's
fucking
good.
It's like 23 flavors or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them are cherry flavoring, but
Just as natural flavors 23 times.
You brought up the high fructose corn syrup. I tried Mexican Coke for the first time a couple of days ago, where they use like cane sugar.
I love Mexican Coke.
It's so fucking good.
And
it is like,
bottles.
and I haven't had like an actual Coca-Cola in years. And so I bought one on a whim because I went to Ace Hardware and it was like right there. And I'm like, impulse buy, and fucking good soda. Holy shit.
It's so
I wouldn't
good.
drink it a lot, but it's good.
And from the glass bottle,
oh hell yeah.
It's a perfect vessel. Boom.
They're not a twist off cap either.
No, that's the best part.
Was it called motherfucking Coke?
Bitchin' Coke.
Oh shit, it's Coke.
Yeah.
I don't know if my palate's dog shit, but like I remember trying one of those pure cane sugar Cokes, and I honestly could not tell the difference.
I mean, I think it's probably it's probably more like confirmation bias than anything else.
I don't know. I feel like people swear by it just being like it tastes superior, but I just can't tell.
Yeah. Good shit.
Smitty, are you satisfied with the outcome of the question that you asked?
Yeah, we can move on to
Cool.
mid show.
All right.
Sounds super enthused.
Let's do mid show.
All right. Boys, I'm bringing back another mid show that we haven't done in a while, and we only did it once. And that's the mid show called They Did the Math, where I create a math problem and solve the math problem to something that is completely hypothetical and that you would never need to actually know. And today's math problem for you boys. How long would it take?
Is there a theme song in here? Are we gonna put a theme?
I didn't make one last time, and if I'm being honest, I have to travel this week, so I'm not going to make one this time either.
Yeah. One other question. I know you said you want us to try and actually figure it out as we go.
That just only Rico wanted to try to figure it out. You don't have to do shit.
I wanted to. I said that. I feel like I might have mentioned it last time.
Wow.
Okay.
Are we allowed to use calculators and shit? Or
You could use whatever you want, man. You could pull up ChatGPT for all I care.
Pull up Wolfram Alpha.
I'll probably just not do
Listen.
anything.
I'm just gonna sit here.
I'll still guess. I'm going to think about it, but I'm not going to do any calculation.
All right, boys. The question that I sought to solve this week: how long would it take for the average person to fart their way to the moon in a vacuum, assuming the thrust gained by each fart is equal to the speed of the compounding farts?
Do we have to break Earth's gravity?
No. So you're in a vacuum.
Oh,
you
okay.
Fart.
Sorry.
That fart creates a certain amount of thrust. Assuming every single fart is the same thrust and it's compounding, so you gain speed with each thrust, how long would it take you to get to the moon and back? Or I'm sorry, just to the moon.
From like the closest you can get to Earth while being in a vacuum?
Well,
From the
here's a
Earth's
couple of additional numbers that you'll need for the equation for you guys doing this at home. The first thing I need to find was the average speed of a fart. According to HoustonMethodist.org, the average fart speed is 6.8 miles an hour.
Slow.
Fuck.
Damn.
The average distance of Earth to the moon is 238,855 miles.
200,000?
238,855, and that is according to NASA.
I don't know if I trust it, but all
They
right.
would know, but
And if you guys remember the last time I did this mid-show, it was also fart related, so I pulled some of those same fart stats. This one's from that 1992 study that Scott scoffed at. But again, I just want to point out the average median of daily gas is around 1,250 milliliters. According to a 1997 issue of Journal of Physiology, it measured the volume of study participants' farts and found the average volume of fart to be between 17 to 375 milliliters, which gives you a median of 196, which means if you take the daily average, which is 1,250, divide that by the fart average of 196, you get your average of 6.37 full-strength farts per day.
That's weak.
Okay.
And each of those farts is giving you 6.8 miles an hour. So for one day, you will
36.
gain 43.36 miles per hour.
Shit. 43?
Yes. So now,
And it's
the question
238,000 miles?
238,000, you gain 43.36 miles per hour per day. But again, that compounds on top of each other because you're creating more thrust in a vacuum.
Question.
Yes.
So I know this exists in a vacuum, and I'm taking this is in like a hypothetical situation where gravity is not at play, correct?
Because you're in a vacuum.
Hypothetical.
Well, like, I mean, you can.
I want this to be real.
What do you like? Wait, Scott, did you
You're
think
placed-
like in a vacuum you don't have gravity?
Isn't being in a vacuum 0G?
You can create vacuums on Earth, and there's still gravity affecting them. It's just it lacks air.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, then Dave, did you mean that
So
you're
there's
at
no
0G?
there's no air.
I meant
resistance.
0G.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no resistance.
Assume you're not in the orbit of something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and phrase this as best I can. So you're farting, but you still have weight yourself.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
no,
it's gonna
zero.
how much it's gonna take. Yes, but you still have mass. So wouldn't
Not important.
technically if
Negligible.
you're the thrust, the amount of thrust matters versus the mass of the object pushing the thrust out, which would be my body
No.
pushing out the fart.
That's true.
No.
You would have a little bit to overcome it first. If you were
Am I
assuming-
actually wrong? Am I off base here?
if you're
somehow?
if you're starting
I
at
don't know,
like,
bro.
I'm not a fucking scientist.
supposed to
What the
figure out.
fuck?
you're not an astrophysicist
I ain't done math in like 15 years, dudes.
or a
I don't know, like 3 months or something.
Gastrophysicist also works as a pun.
All right, we're going to assume that the thrust is proportioned to the exact speed of the fart without any sort of matter to what your mass is.
Okay, so what's the ending question? Is it what's the distance or how long is it going to take?
How many days is it
long?
going to take you to fart your way to the moon?
Okay.
So
And once again, you're gaining
6.
43.36 miles per hour
6 days
per day.
6 days.
6 days.
no, that's how long it takes. No way. That's how long it takes.
I could
think.
tell you exactly
by
how many
ship.
miles you traveled in 6 days
6 days.
because I kept tabs of every single fucking day.
I'm gonna say like 42 days.
Okay, Smitty.
I think it's got to be over 100 days.
All right, Scott. After 6 days, you will have traveled 21,853.44 miles.
Fucking
That's
A.
close. That's so close.
Rico and Smitty, I don't know how long you guys would be going for because you shot way over.
Shit.
22 days.
See, that's why I start just a little.
I forgot about the compounding effect.
Yes.
Wait, 6. It's
Maybe
probably only like 9 days or something, like 11 days or something.
15.
By 11 days, you travel 69,692 miles.
Good enough.
Is it under
And by day
30?
15, you're at 124,876.
So what's the final answer?
21 days, boys. 21 days
Damn.
Rico-
farting in a vacuum
Rico, what'd you say?
to thrust your way to the moon.
Exactly.
Provided you have no mass
Yeah, are we doing?
and the world, like the environment, has no air resistance.
No, we're not.
I
doing
solved the
Price is
problem,
Right rules.
boys.
Fuck you, Rico. Fuck you, man. You think you're cool because you're the host and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed you.
Yeah. me
21
too.
days there, hang out on the moon for a couple of days, farting,
Fart your way back home.
farting by yourself, and then 21 days back.
All things considered, that's pretty impressive that in a month and a half, like, that's like long enough to where like people don't talk to each other. So you just kind of like catch up again and like, so what have you been up to?
Well,
It's like that's
would it
just
be-
part of my summer vacation.
Yeah,
Would it be like the full 3 months?
As soon as school's out, I fart my way to the moon, and then I'm back on Earth by mid-July.
Yeah, but you could only be able to chill up there for like 2 days. You're like, I gotta get back home.
Well, there's nothing to do up there.
Bounce around for a bit.
I take it I don't have to bring food on this journey.
Yeah. Also, does like what if I'm having a really gassy day? Like if I'm just like, hey, let me just drink a bunch of milk, I'll be able to fart my way to the moon much faster.
So
Wouldn't it
again, this
be-
was based off of averages, Scott. So this may be considering that you'll have more fart heavy days and maybe lighter fart days.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't it be more energy efficient to piss your way to the moon? Because like
I guess you could like turn around and
that's
piss.
like a constant thrust versus a single like poof of thrust. You know,
What is
Like, I
the
don't-
velocity of
what's
piss?
the,
I'm not gonna
what's
lie.
what's the thrust? The thrust differential of piss.
Smitty,
Depends.
at
Are you
first,
throwing it in a cup at someone?
No, I'm just
Hanging out
given
your
that my
penis.
body has no mass and there's no air resistance, how long would it take me to piss my way to the moon?
I don't know why. I
What
pictured
does that mean, dude?
before you said piss. I thought you were gonna say that you were just like flapping your arms behind you.
I just got home from the moon, and boy, are my arms tired.
Boy, is my asshole tired.
Someone on Reddit actually posted some sources here and calculated the speed of piss.
It's just a dude with a fucking speedometer, like a little like radar gun. He's like, all right,
Yeah,
man,
cop
go ahead,
radar gun.
Go ahead.
According to medlineplus.gov,
Government
Oh,
website.
shit, this
yeah,
is
it's a
No
government
less.
website. He calculated that a reasonable flow is around 20 mLs per second. And I don't know. I'm trusting this stranger's math is good. But essentially, he boils it down to it comes around 0.89 miles per hour.
Okay,
It's
but it's a
constant.
constant flow. Yeah.
Yeah, but a fart
It's
was
not- you're not,
and a
I mean, eventually
compounding
you're going to
effect.
stop peeing.
Well, yeah, but the compounding effect of my massless body
Force of
traveling
cum.
through a vacuum.
force of cum. Force of cum.
What is
Force
the
of cum.
velocity of
Force of
cum?
cum.
Sneeze.
Sneezes would probably be the best one.
Dude,
Sneeze would probably, but that
what
would be
if you
tough
didn't-
though, because you have to like kind of lean back and angle yourself to get the right thrust. Otherwise, you're gonna like jettison upward.
yeah, you got to turn around. Otherwise, you're going to shoot yourself straight into the fucking sun.
I feel like.
Oh my god! What if you have to
we
like
just start
you're
doing
peeing
spinning.
and you have to sneeze?
If you're peeing and you fart, does it cancel each other out? Or would your fart thrust you into your piss stream?
How long has the piss thrust been compounding?
Well, you can aim your dick though.
What a piss
You can
stream!
come
Wait,
is.
back.
if you piss in a vacuum, it's just gonna like stay there.
Yeah, it's gonna look like the fish turds, like the
Yeah,
long ones.
it's never
that just
gonna go
kinda hang
anywhere.
out.
Yes, they would, because they're shooting out of you, so they do have velocity to them.
Also, piss is like
Yeah, but
usually-
like
there's a bunch
Wait,
of
no.
separate drops. It's not just one string.
Right.
It would like dribble out of your dick, wouldn't it?
No, you're using you use your muscles to shoot it out.
Jury's still out on that one. I don't know.
no, I don't think it would like you don't get reverse velocity on the piss, Smitty.
Wait, what do you mean?
I feel like the piss would just float in a vacuum. If it's propelling you, it's not like flying the other direction.
You're leaving it, and then you move forward.
Yeah.
Don't astronauts have to like on the ISS? Don't they have like vacuums to suck the piss out of their dick or something weird?
It's like a catheter sort of thing. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah,
A
so I don't
catheter
know, I'm
sort of thing?
skeptical.
And a device to suck the piss out of your dick are two totally different things.
They skip the dick altogether and just go right to the bladder.
That's the thing, though. They literally make catheters that go straight into your bladder.
Do they suck it out?
No, it's a catheter.
Sucking it out like you're siphoning gasoline from a car.
I picture with a
Somebody
shop
has to
vac.
blow into it.
No,
Kickstarter.
the doctor's gotta suck it first to make sure the flow is good.
And as long as the
Spits the piss
gravity's
out on the
below you,
floor.
it'll keep flowing.
Correct.
Oh, you're sucking air bubbles. You're sucking. Oh, okay. No, it's good. It's good.
Embolism.
I would clone myself to try and get there by like 9 days.
If you were riding on your clone's shoulders and your
Mhm.
clone was pissing and you were farting,
You-
where would you get to the moon first or would you stay on Earth?
Can you do
No,
the
you
math
just start
for us, Dave?
fucking flipping like this. on an axis.
Pinwheeling.
Oh, fucking A.
What's that? The one song from 2001 Space Odyssey. Do 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 do
Wah, wah,
do
wah,
do.
wah.
Yeah, as the piss like windmill is like flying through air.
This sounded, yeah.
You'd eventually like be spinning at a rate. You'd probably have, I don't know, you'd form a black hole or something at some point, probably.
You spin so fast you fly apart.
Spaghettify yourself.
The clone, or you come off the clone's shoulders, and one of you just gets fucking launched.
Yeeted into the sun.
You get like the fire trail, and people are like, look, it's a shooting star.
Did you know that the light takes 9 minutes to get to us? So that happened 9 minutes ago. Oh,
That dude's already dead.
Yeah, you're wishing upon a star. It's actually a dude going.
I think we just invented faster than light travel, boys. You just got to hook up two people and
Two clones.
make a piss pinwheel.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, assuming you live together forever, you will fart your way close to the speed of light.
There's a lot of caveats involved in these situations.
No, there's not.
I have a really stupid question.
If you're traveling
That's
fast,
the right place for it.
I'm so sorry, Scott.
Wouldn't an
If you're
astronaut-
traveling close to the speed of light and you fart,
Oh,
You'll
so you're
never
not
hear your
actually
own
you're
fart,
not
right?
actually sorry. Fuck you. I'm so sorry. Let me keep doing what I was doing.
am I wrong though?
I thought you meant you were sorry for interrupting me, and then you kept going. I was like, oh shit. This is what we're doing. Okay, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, what were you saying?
If you fart while going faster than the speed of light, you won't hear it.
Do you go back in time?
I don't know.
Who knows?
That wasn't
man?
as funny as I thought it would be.
So like real quick to that my point, if you're in an astronaut suit and you fart, those things are airtight. The fart's not going to go anywhere. Would it even have like you'd have to have your
Well, you
own special suit in order to get the gas to go outwards?
You got to pull the butt flaps off.
I imagine
Still just the
NASA has
two
probably thought
cartoon
about this.
buttons.
Yeah. And it's just a bare ass underneath.
Damn.
Shit. It's just like airtight to your tailbone and your gooch. So your butthole is just kind of the only thing.
Yeah, but wouldn't you get like you get it sucked inside out at that point once you expose it?
Yeah, your entire body would get sucked out through your asshole.
Yeah.
Mega prolapse.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm satisfied.
Me too.
Yeah, this one was much better than the original time we did this.
Thank you. I'll continue to try to come up with more fart math for you boys.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Boy math.
Let's just call it fart math. Why not? Boy math.
Welcome to fart math.
Yeah.
Billy has 3 farts. He then gains 4 parts at the next bus stop while 3 people get off. But 4 people come on. Each one of them farts 7 times.
There's a train going in the west direction. It's farting as its propulsion mechanism. How
it
fast does it take
compounding?
to get to New York?
Is it compounding?
Is it high speed rail farts? I think China's got that.
Except there is mass on Earth, so the farts don't really move the train. I don't think. Probably.
So it's just a train sitting at the depot farting.
Some
Yeah,
dude's
just
fucking
Thomas the
lying.
tank engine just going oops, oops.
Trick question. It's a trick question. You never get to New York. Idiots.
God damn it. Oh, shit.
Oh, fucking A. All right.
All right.
I don't know. I should have probably sent this to you guys in chat so that you'd have some time to think about it, but I'm going to ask it anyways without doing that. Do you guys have any irrational fears? I have
Hell yeah,
2,
I
I
got
guess,
lots.
examples. All right, sweet.
Yes.
I have 2 examples. They're quick. One of them is probably like 15 years ago. I heard some like probably bullshit story about how kids were going to playgrounds and melting the slides with like a lighter and sticking razor blades in them.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. And so I've been like going to the playground with my kid lately, and I still like look at the slide before I go down because I'm like, there's totally some some kid totally did that, and I'm gonna split my ball sack open or something.
I'm always super skeptical about those stories because they come out every once
Oh,
in a while.
Yeah,
And it's like the razor blades in an apple thing that
that's my other
come
one.
around with Halloween. Yeah. I don't
Which
know if
there's never been a documented case of actually happening, I think.
really never.
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's
Never.
just like a moral panic thing, which
Right.
those are just dumb people just not having enough to do with their fucking days. They're like, what would be scary to
Mhm.
happen around here? I want to lie about something scary and get on the news.
Probably just some like 4chan green text at one point. I didn't even write that one down actually because I'm not concerned about that one. It's just another example of something that is similar to that. But yeah, the slide thing still freaks me out for some reason.
For sure. That one seems like more visceral than the Apple one. Cause a lot more damage.
Yeah. If it's never happened, you don't want to be the first person it happens to.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's some self-fulfilling prophecy. Like it never happened before, but then like some kid sees it and it's like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to be the guy on the news who split his ball sack open.
Man splits ball sack open. News at 11.
Local idiot splits open ball sack.
They just call you an idiot, and you're just the victim of this.
Did he not think to check the slide first? Fucking moron.
Didn't do the blade check, bro.
I
always do the blade check.
I have a really stupid one,
Oh.
and this is applicable when I'm high and laying in bed, and this is so stupid. I like to put my arms up behind my head, like that. I have this irrational fear that somebody's going to come in and tickle my armpits. And honest to God, it's only when I'm high and I start to freak out. I'm like, no. And I'll talk myself out. I'm like, no, you're good to leave your arms up here. And I'm like, no, I can't.
That's just weed paranoia, bro.
It's, I don't think so. Cause it's like, I'm not like getting like super baked. It's just anytime I'm like relaxing and I have my arms like that, I'm like, oh, dude, someone's going to come tickle me. And I don't want that.
Do you ever like flinch at a ghost trying to tickle you?
All the fucking time, dude. I don't do like a slow, drop of my arms. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't need to do this anymore.
I have something sort of similar. It's not when I'm high, it's when I'm like waking up. Sometimes I'll sleep weird and like my hand, like I'll sleep on my hand or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be extremely numb. And I know it's going to be fine. But like in that first like split second in the morning when I'm, groggy and just waking up, I'm like, oh shit, what if it like doesn't, what if it's numb forever? What if my hand dies?
And
then I just
dead hand.
I make a fist a couple of times or whatever and get some blood flow going, and I'm fine. My hand's alive. It's good.
I had a paranoid weed thought once, where I was just laying in bed and like my short-term memory was completely fucked. But I remember having a thought like, if my brain can't remember what I was thinking 2 seconds ago, then how's my brain going to remember to like send signals to my heart, send signals to my lungs, to like breathe and beat and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like at no point did it occur to me like my thinking brain is affected much different than like my spinal cord and like the the whole like brainstem and all that shit. But in that moment I was convinced like my brain had to remember to do the autonomous stuff.
Yeah, that's major weed paranoia. Mine.
It definitely was.
Mine comes from the fact that like anytime I'm with my niece and my nephew and they lift their arms up, I'm gonna tickle them because it's what you do when you're an obnoxious uncle. But it's awesome because they laugh a shit ton, and I know for a fact that that's what like my like family did to us when we were kids. So it's like the thought of that, even though I'm a 30-year-old man who doesn't have family around him, I'm like, oh god, still nervous.
I have like fears about getting injured. Like I read a Goosebumps story like a long time ago, like as a kid, and there was a scene in the book where some kid steps on a rusty nail.
Oh,
and like it talks in the book about how it like went through his foot and like he was just because he was like cursed by like a camera or something, and because it's like Goosebumps, so it's like still for kids, but that always stuck with me. So like I get just occasionally paranoid when I'm like walking through like my yard or somewhere where I can't like see the ground completely. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna like step on something sharp and it's gonna like like shoot through my foot.
Thanks.
Dude.
Now I'm gonna start doing that.
Sorry, guys.
We were walking. I have two scenarios that kind of has to do with that. We were walking. My wife and I were pushing our son in his stroller, and at one point I noticed like the wheel was it? I don't know if I don't think it was making a noise. It was like had like a bump or something, like something was stuck to it. And I looked at it, and there was a nail in it.
Oh
And I'm
shit!
like, if we were, 2 feet, could have been the difference of, or like an inch or whatever, side to side, could have been the difference of like us stepping on that, but it went in the tire. And then we had a bunch of hail one time, like earlier this year, and we got a new roof through insurance and stuff because of it, because it was so bad. And the assholes didn't. You're supposed to. I mean, I don't know. This is the only time I've ever had a roofing company come and do my roof, but I would assume that they're supposed to go through your yard with like a magnet and get all the
tags.
nails and shit.
Yeah.
They didn't do that because I found like 30 in my yard and like in my driveway and shit. So I called them and they came out with a magnet and did it for like an hour and whatever. I went out there and there were still magnets out there, or nails out there. Like I still found like more than 20 in my yard after they were. I watched them do it.
That's really bad.
Take them to court. Take them to court.
Well, my dad had like a long magnet, like a 3 or 4 foot long magnet, and I went out and did it, and I found a bunch more. In between those 2 times, I was mowing the lawn, and this was after they had, the company came out and did it with their magnet.
Sure.
I stepped on one, and I noticed because I was going across my driveway, and it felt weird when I was walking, and I looked, and there was a nail in my shoe, and it was maybe half an inch away from going in my foot.
Fuck.
That's
it's very spooky. But I went over it like 2 more times, I think, with the magnet after that, and I never came up with any more after that. So I think I'm okay, but makes me nervous.
Yeah. That's my irrational fear. But now that I heard your 2 stories, it's not that irrational.
No, not at all.
Fuck.
Yeah. Very spooky.
I have an irrational fear of other people driving. So I don't know if that's maybe kind of like,
that's rational.
I guess so.
Drivers.
But like anytime I drive past someone and I'm like even briefly in someone's blind spot, I'm terrified that they're going to just ram into the side of me.
Yep.
I get nervous about driving on like residential streets that have like cars parked on the side. I'm always afraid like somebody's gonna dart out in front of my car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
like it'll be a kid or something. Because like kids don't fucking watch when they cross the street.
One of my ex-girlfriends, a member of her family, was driving one night and hit somebody with her car. Because it was a person who actually wanted to commit suicide that way, which is horrible because you're putting that on like a whole nother person now, Right. So she was like super anxious about driving and stuff. And today when I was driving to the apartment to record, there's a guy standing like just off the sidewalk, kind of near the side of the road, not near a crosswalk, not near a bus stop. And I'm like, I really hope he doesn't jump out in front of my car. I don't know why that was like the first thought, but it was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that thought.
Or
even like the thought of like other drivers coming the other way. It's like, what if this guy wants to kill himself and he just throws his car into mine?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. I have like irrational fears about the government. Like,
is that irrational?
Well, I don't know. Like, I have like fears about like, what's in our food or like what's in the water, stuff like that. Because like I'm not smart enough to like test any of this stuff for like, heavy metals or like bad chemicals or things. So, and like,
but also
I wouldn't even know what I would be looking for. Yeah, because it's like, okay, so I found out there's something bad in the water supply. I guess I could go to the news and then the story breaks and then I end up dead in my like an apartment with 2 bullet holes in my head, and it's ruled a suicide.
Yeah, it's irrational.
Yeah.
I mean, not like so much the knowing what's in your food thing. Like,
Well, it's like that comes from a place of like, like lobbyists for companies can just do whatever the fuck they want, and they can just put whatever shit they want in food as long as the lobbyists allow get the government to sign off on it for the company. So, like, I was thinking about like sugar. Like, sugar's in fucking everything in this country, like high fructose corn syrup and stuff like that too. And it's like, what else is probably bad? Like, there's probably bad shit in our food. I don't know.
I don't think that's irrational though. Which I mean, not
but like, also, what am I going to do about it? I can't grow all of my food,
right?
and even if you did, does the dirt contain those same heavy metals that will work their way into your vegetables?
Especially
right? Exactly. There could be like a bunch of lead in the soil.
Yeah,
and
when
stuff,
they sprinkle them down from the chemtrails from the planes.
How are your compost pumpkins, by the way?
I got a couple of them off the vines. We had a bunch of the leaves got really mildewy, so I ended up mowing all of it down. But I got like 7 or 8 pumpkins off of the from the patch.
That's awesome.
Like pretty good sized ones, like bigger than a volleyball even.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
When I first started working as a nurse, I had the irrational fear that I was going to like kill every person I touched, even if I was like just giving like 325 milligrams of Tylenol. I'm like, oh god, they're going to overdose and die. Something's going to happen.
How many times has it happened? How many people have you killed, Scott?
Can
you comment on it due to any pending
let me think.
legal cases?
What if I actually just like spaced out and had to count?
Like, give or take 13.
How many died because of your negligence, directly or indirectly?
Don't actually answer that, Scott.
I don't want to actually think about it.
6, 7, 8.
Does that include hospice patients?
If it was negligence, then yes.
Oh no, not negligence. Sorry,
tripped over the life support plug.
Yeah, because they don't have batteries or anything.
Yeah, no, I assume they didn't.
Yeah, all life support is just one plug in a wall.
Yeah,
right.
With no backup generator or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Right.
The only life
and it's a 2-prong outlet too. So,
or worse, it takes double
still
A's,
grounding,
and all we have is triple A's in stock.
This big ass machine, it's not grounded.
Yep.
Fucking surge protector. Nothing like that.
I am satisfied, Rico. All right.
He's also enthused.
All right, boys. Do you guys want to talk about personal stuff or hypothetical stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, you're not hosting? What the fuck are you doing?
Rico said Dave.
Oh, did you say Dave? I missed that.
Yeah. I even asked myself if I was satisfied.
That's true.
I said yes.
I got that part.
So do you want something personal or something hypothetical, you asshole?
Personal.
You already asked us the fart thing.
Rico said personal.
I assume that wasn't personal.
It was very personal, yeah. So personal question. What are some of your current and past quick obsessions? And like, for example, for the last like maybe month or so, I've been really into aquascaping videos and like turning fish tanks into something that's looks really natural and beautiful. Mm-hmm. But this is like such a really steep and deep rabbit hole that I've just suddenly jumped down to where now I suddenly want to like build this beautiful aquascape and fish tank. But you know, it's like occasionally you'll have flames like that where it's just like for 3 weeks you're really into this one thing and then it burns out. Mm-hmm. What are some examples of shit you've had like that?
I have one immediately. Every spring I get amped up for like gardening and stuff. And then like I'll plant a bunch of things, and then like midway through the summer, I just like get really, really neglectful of all of it. And then my wife gets mad at me because like it'll need to be like all the flower beds and shit'll need to be weeded, and it's like stuff that I like put time into doing, and then I just completely just drop off in interest, and it's like, great, I've got like 3 or 4 different vegetables that need to be watered every day. It's like, I didn't consider how much a responsibility this would be. And then the next, it just repeats every single spring though. Like I just get super amped up, and then I fucking dumpster it after like a month.
I mean, fall's the fucking payoff, man, because I'm with you. I'm like super into gardening. Then summer, when it's hot and you have to water every day, it becomes burdensome.
Mhm.
But then in the fall, when I'm like bountying on my like 45 tomatoes per day, and that's pretty
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
that's pretty fucking bitching. So
Yeah.
Mine is calligraphy. I got into calligraphy for a little while. And then I don't know. How often do you use calligraphy? Not very often. So stop doing
No.
that.
how deep into that hobby did you go? Do you
Yeah.
like buy all the special pens and
I mean, I got like a couple pens, nothing super fancy or expensive or anything like that. I feel it's a deeper rabbit hole than it sounds like it could be. So I got like a nicer pen and then like a really cheap pen. So like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 different nibs to go along with it. And then maybe like 2 different inks to mess around with.
People are insane
I
about
got okay,
like
but yeah.
pens like that, and like fountain
yeah.
pens and stuff. Like the
Mhm.
barrier for entry is pretty low, but the ceiling is really high.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, that didn't last long. Maybe like 2 months.
nice?
Dave, when you said the aquascape thing in the group chat like a month ago, about a week ago, I decided to kind of look up and see what it was, and I was like, "Don't dive deep into this shit." And it's
I know.
it's calling to me. I'm holding strong, but it's
It's-
calling.
Some of the shit they make is just so fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
I feel that way about terrariums.
yeah,
I'm like
Yeah,
kind of
That-
in
they do that too.
yeah. They're like hand in hand.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in a transient hobby for terrariums, because like I threw one together. I went and out to the trees out in the back of my property, and where it's all shaded, and I dug up a bunch of dirt and I threw it in a jar, and like stuff actually started growing after a couple months.
Oh, that's
And there
cool.
was like microorganisms in the dirt. So like as long as I kept it watered and in the sun, it was like fine.
That's
But I'm
really
kind of-
cool.
Yeah,
But like that's an easy like neglectful hobby too, because it's like water it every 2 months and
Yeah.
just look at it.
yeah.
I can do that.
I got into this like YouTube channel and I guess style where like people make like dioramas or they put together like their own like models of certain things. And there's this guy that just he would take like foam and like little modeling figures and he would paint them and make up like their own, I don't know, like what their own thing going on, like whether it was like a bunch of dudes in the back of a covered wagon like hunting a giant buffalo, or he would do like scenes from like Star Wars or something, and he'd put like little LEDs in there too to like light it up. I'm like, fuck, dude, I want to make this shit. That looks fucking awesome.
Did you?
No, but
Hell
I might, because now that I have more space, I might start getting stupid with it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I had I like within the last couple of months, I had a quick hobby that I dropped very quickly. Do
Docking.
you remember what was it?
Docking.
No.
Okay.
Haven't gotten into that yet. Game design, like coding and such.
Oh yeah, you like sent
Yeah.
a video of like
I sent a video
It's like a
of,
clicker game.
Yeah, and like I was like watching really long YouTube tutorials and things, and like was getting really into it. And I hit a point where I'm just like, I don't think my brain is wired to do this. Like I'm just not. It's not for me. Like
Yeah.
the way I like solve problems and things, and plus like the barrier for entry is you need to have at least some sort of idea for computer programming anyway. So I was literally starting at the ground floor. And so like the difficulty cliff was immense anyway.
I once tried to make a game on RPG Maker, Smitty,
Mhm.
and it had like a whole story and a leveling system and like towns, villages, the maps, like everything was completed. But then I realized like the enemies, it was all like stock sprites, and I didn't know how to create my own sprites for any enemies. So like the thing I had in mind versus the sprite that represented them was completely different. And I felt like it ruined the whole vibe of the game, and I didn't know how to fix it, so I gave up.
Yeah.
And I put hours into building that fucking game.
I put hours into like trying to watch these tutorials on YouTube, and like I was taking notes and stuff, and I was like following along, and just like one day I'm just like, I don't think I have the right brain for this stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
I have two more examples, and one of them's like super quick. Dave, when we were at Barnes and Noble, and you're like, "Oh yeah, we've been playing Magic the Gathering with a couple friends and stuff," and I'm like,
Oh,
"Fuck it, I'll
God.
buy some." And I bought the cards, and they
Ugh.
just sit there, and I haven't done jack fucking dick with them at all.
You might as well just throw your fucking money in the toilet.
Yeah, probably will.
After those first 3 games that we played, I haven't played it since.
Yeah. And
So
and my second one was blacksmithing. I actually got really heavy into that because I was watching Forged in Fire, and I was like, "Fuck yeah,
Okay,
I'd love to make
that's
my own
fair.
sword." And I bought a couple books on it, and haven't gone like further than that. But I was like, that'd be dope.
didn't you make like a couple of things? I know you melted down some iron. Or
Yeah,
something.
I did a little bit of research on some basic casting. So I bought like an alloy of tin and bismuth, and that's what I made like a couple small things out of. I didn't even have like proper casting materials. I read online that you could use moon sand, like that kid's toy, and that's what you can make some of your molds out of. So that's what I did basically. It was kind of cool.
Weird.
Nice.
That's a fun one though. That's like interesting.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, man, if I really go for this blacksmithing thing, I'm gonna get fucking jacked just from carrying around hammers and shit.
I feel like with any of these hobbies, there's like this glorified vision of the end product without anything in between.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're gonna take up blacksmithing, and the first thing you can think of is like you in your garage by an anvil pounding out a sword.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever looked to fucking buy an anvil? Like, that's the place to start. Like, Harbor Freight sells like a $20 one that'll probably fracture within 2 hammer hits. Otherwise, they're like
Jesus.
1,600 pounds, and they cost just as much. And then it's also like you're gonna sweat your ass off trying to keep the heat insulated for a forge just to make a shitty butter knife.
Yeah,
plus,
and
like-
then your rent is over, your lease is over, and you have to move.
Yeah.
You have to convince someone to pay $90 for a very artisan butter knife.
Yeah. And
They're
now,
just like Smitty, like the same thing with you. It's just like this grand vision when you start the project of like, here's what the game will be without like any of the shit in between.
I wrote out so many details and things about a game I was gonna try and make, and I barely got through like I basically just didn't do anything. I just like set up like a little environment. I'm just like, I just can't do this.
Rico, weren't you also getting into like game design?
Yeah. Not so much like design at the point that I'm at right now. It was more like learning how to do the programming side of it specifically.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And yeah, I haven't like given up on that, but I haven't worked on it in a long time.
Okay.
So to be continued.
I
I was actually going to make, well, that's fine. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I
It's okay.
have a dope idea for a video game that I actually think would be really, really cool. So we can do that in post and just make sure nobody steals my idea.
For sure.
I'm the ideas guy.
Yeah.
Smitty will steal it.
I'm not gonna go anywhere with it.
But for real, the concept that I thought of is like, you have a video game that's like free to play, but you could also pay like, an extra amount to do like a different version of it. And what I mean by that is the free to play is you get to be like a character that goes through like whatever story is written, and then the people that pay are actually NPCs, but they get to fuck with you. They get to fuck with you like throughout the game, and get to mess up how well you're able to progress. I think it'd be kind of cool,
like an open world, all online kind of thing.
Like it's almost. I guess the thing that I can almost associate it to is like Grand Theft Auto Online. Like you could play like story mode stuff, but then you could have like some random jackass that's like just an NPC that can come up and like just totally fuck with your progress.
That sounds pretty easy to program. I don't think
that sounds
too
interesting
hard.
too. I dig that.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun.
That is an interesting idea.
I had a game idea once for like a first-person shooter game that takes place after the Emu War in Australia. So it's like Call of Duty, but like all of your enemies are emus.
You've been pumping that for a long time.
And I still think it's a goddamn great idea.
I agree, but I mean like this. I remember this was like 8th grade, Dave.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah.
Is this like team deathmatch? Like there's like eight soldiers against like, I don't know, 1,200 emus or something like that.
it could be something like that.
Could you
I was just thinking like a COD campaign where
okay.
They're like in different rooms and they have different rankings and there's like a general boss emu at the end. And
see, I was thinking GoldenEye style, and you get to do cheats to make like the emu's heads like super big in case you suck at the game, so you can get headshots.
Just the heads though.
Yeah,
not their necks.
Like I know
I die from like a camper emu.
Yeah,
I feel like just like poke their neck out at you.
Emus are fast, right? They're like pretty quick runners.
probably.
Yeah. They could just like run you over.
they can run faster than me. They're not.
Yeah.
Do you want me to look it up? Emu top speed, 31 miles an hour. That's pretty fast.
That's fast. Fuck.
What about the fart of an emu?
I don't think birds fart.
Well,
I know birds
really?
can't burp.
All right, I'll look that up too.
What the
Do birds
fuck?
fart?
Yeah, birds can't burp.
Birds got nerfed way too hard.
Birds don't fart. No, they do not.
what?
What the fuck?
No, birds don't fart.
Come on.
It's true.
Why?
It's true.
I don't know.
Do they just poop every
fucking
time they
ask
feel
God,
the
I
urge to
don't know.
fart?
Like, I mean, seriously, it's just gas that's trapped in your intestinal tract. Or did they not ever ingest a little bit of air?
Hold on.
Yeah, Dave.
There was a description on it.
Do you have a study from like
Birds don't fart.
1970?
They lack the stomach bacteria that builds up gas in intestines.
Son of a bitch.
All right, I
Yeah.
guess that's
They've
fair.
evolved.
They've evolved not to fart. As one day, hopefully, luckily, if things go our way, so will we.
Well, good luck into the moon at that point, bud.
I know. There was like a brief time as well where I was really into the idea of like claymation, stop motion claymation.
Mhm.
And I bought a bunch of like the modeling clay that you could really easily manipulate and it never hardens. And I made like 1 30-second video of like a log that rolls itself out and then rolls itself into a ball again. And I thought it was like the most bitchin' thing. And I spent hours on it. And then I had this like grand scheme of like, there's never any of the work in the middle. And all I could think about was like this master, like in cinemas, stop motion animation, like
Oh
almost
my
like
God.
Chicken Run. But that never happened, if you can believe it.
I have a very, very good friend of mine. He does stop motion on the side. He's in like the film industry, and he's been working on a stop motion project that I think he said is going to be like 10 or 20 minutes long for like probably a year.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
that
a
sounds
lot
about right.
of work.
So
That'd
I
be
still
so
like the idea.
tedious.
Mhm.
The idea of it still sounds fun. Like I would love to get like one of those like little boxes with the lights that you could shine into it, and you can create like your own sets and stuff. And like everything about it sounds really fun. So I don't know. Maybe like one day I'll pick it up again and do another 20-second video and then quit again. But
The actual work part sucks though.
Yeah, what if your friend did all that and it sucks?
Bro, this blows dick.
Like he does the stop motion, but he's also not like a sculptor and an artist in the least bit. So there's like fucking thumbprints and indentations and
have you ever asked him that, Rico? Hey, man, have you ever thought about, like, what if it sucks?
Bro, that is like the biggest fear of anybody who does creative stuff.
As he's
like,
editing it
So painstaking.
after a
too.
year.
yeah.
That's so mean.
For what it's worth, I've seen he did another project, probably over 10 years ago at this point. Another stop motion, and it was pretty good. I assume based on his history that it'll be pretty awesome, but we'll see. It could suck.
That's like a huge fear of mine. Like anytime I undertake some sort of like bigger art project, it's like I'm gonna put like 75 hours into this and it's gonna blow ass.
That's honestly, that's kind of how I feel sometimes with the artwork now, is I'll like put all this detail into something that I'm like, first of all, everybody's looking at this on their fucking cell phone. Nobody's going to zoom in. Nobody's going to see the detail. I just spent this much fucking time doing it. I'm like, fuck it.
We're going to pixel peep the next one.
What is nice though, like most people don't have good taste and have no barometer for like what is good art. So like, even if you make something that's kind of dog shit, there will be plenty of people out in the world who be like, damn, that's really good. So
Mona Lisa, dog shit.
I mean, that's a thought that keeps me going when I like write like short stories and stuff, is like there is so much dog shit that gets published, like, and like gets turned into movies and things, like so many awful novels and like awful short stories and things that just have like written by like no talent hacks and
50
like
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, like shit like that. That like stuff that is like objectively bad. And it's like, if that stuff can get published, like I could probably make something better and maybe get it published.
Does everyone at some point in their life have like a 2 to 3 week spread where they want to be an author?
Yes, and I'm still,
because I know I definitely did at one point for like 3 weeks.
I'm still
I'm going on, like, 6
conceptualizing
years.
a Star Wars book.
I did for like a day, and I was like, yeah, no, this shit's not going to work. I'm not good at this.
Yeah, I think that happened to me too, Rico. Like I wrote like the first page and then I read it and cringed.
I think I opened up a Google Doc and wrote a paragraph, and I was like, no.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
No.
What the fuck am I doing?
I could barely read. What was I thinking?
I've got like 2 unfinished like long stories that are like over 40,000 words.
Holy shit.
Fuck, how many pages
Like,
is that?
Too many words, Doug.
Well, I mean, like to
Like,
give
what's
you
a
an
normal novel, I guess. Yeah.
I think a normal novel is like close to like 60K words.
Fucking man. That's
So
crazy.
like over halfway there, but like it like actually like coming up with like an outline is like relatively easy. Actually doing all the legwork and writing is fun, but can be miserable. Cause like it can be, cause like there's, so with like creative stuff, you know, there's passion, there's like hot passion and cold passion. And this is going to sound like hippy dippy as hell, but hot passion is where you get like excited and you have an idea. Cold
I know
passion,
what hot passion is, buddy.
yeah. Cold passion is when you have to go in and actually do the fucking work when you don't feel like it. And it's hard to conjure up that cold passion a lot of times.
Yeah,
because for a lot of people, like, and even for me, like there'll be days where it's like I should be drawing, but I don't feel like it, and therefore I'm not going to. But
I remember my dad.
Yeah,
I remember my dad showing me like back in the 70s, he like typed up some like short stories as well. Like he had aspirations too to be like an author back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Were they good?
Did you cringe?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. I know exactly where he keeps it, and I'll probably end up reading over it again one day. But I remember one of them's about like a train that was like carrying a nuclear bomb, and something happened. I forgot what the whole story was, but yeah,
Is he Tom Clancy?
he might be.
Son of a bitch.
Dad, are you Tom Clancy?
It's funny.
Cool.
Is your last name Clancy, Dave?
Dave Clancy.
Dave Clancy.
Why does that name sound British?
It does. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Let's see your teeth.
Tom Clancy.
No.
Oh, that was great.
Fuck.
I will say,
I'm
like,
satisfied, Dave. Never mind.
I was gonna say, like, there is something like nice. I don't know. I find there's something like cool and nice about like people just like trying creative hobbies and like they'll make something and it sucks, but it's like I don't know. They tried and like
Yeah.
I think that in and of itself is like admirable, even if like the product isn't good. Like the fact that you're like putting it out there and just like trying something new or trying to learn something new is cool. Because like there's so many people who just like they stay in their lane, they don't ever learn anything new, they don't ever try anything new, and it's just like okay, you're kind of wasting part of the human experience.
Yeah.
I get that.
For sure.
I've definitely created a lot of piles of shit.
But I mean, it's you made it though, so like
Mhm.
that itself, like whenever you make art, you create something, you put part of yourself in there, you know.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Fucking sweet. That was the important questions. Thanks for listening. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on.
Do you actually have it?
All right. Contact us 708-433-9153. Looking at my podcast app. Show notes. Thanks for that previous Dave. Call us. Dave won't answer. It's a voicemail line. We want to hear your shit and we'll air your shit and answer all your questions and it'll be great. Give us 5 million stars on all the apps because that's what we need. Because
it's what the algorithm demands.
The algorithm, the algorithm wants it. Got to feed the algorithm stars, man. Feeds on it. That's the outro.
That's it.
Bro, aren't you forgetting something?
Nah. Reddit, Twitter, X. It's all at important questions.
Damn,
PDC.
dude. There's nothing else that we might be missing on like the last Tuesday of the month?
Give us money and we'll send you an extra episode every month.
Money
on
me.
Patreon.
Money me now.
Money, please. Me a money needing a lot now. Goodbye.
If you're gonna fuck a clone, you got to get consent from the clone. Even though, like, even if it's a clone, it may not want to fuck you.
Again, nature versus nurture, man. Like, if it grew up exactly the way that I did, then it's gonna want a bone.
If it grew up exactly the way I did, it's also gonna hate me, and
it's gonna hate bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't cuddle yourself
weird.
afterwards, though. That's pretty fucking weird.
No, that is weird.
I don't do aftercare with my clone. That's
Aftercare.
fucking truck.
My clone he only wants to be the big spoon.
Wouldn't you both want to be the big spoon?
No, that was
the only
nurture.
thing that
That
we
wasn't
differ on,
nature.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, would I might fuck a clone. Why not? Fuck it.
A clone, not
Give-
my clone.
But my clone specifically. Yo, I'd like fuck the clone of like a famous person. Okay. I'm gonna fuck Abraham Lincoln's clone.
Wait, so you're saying you'd fuck yourself? Or you
I
wouldn't?
fuck myself every day. I go fuck myself often.
If you put your own when your dick's not hard, you put it in your butt.
You're meaning
Just
your
the-
clones?
No, you're like your own. I'm past the clone thing.
Oh, you could stretch
Oh,
it all the way
we're
around?
actually physically fucking ourselves.
Yeah, you put your dick in your butt, and then you get hard. Does it when it pops out? I assume it pops out. Does it make like a popping noise?
It sounds like a gun going off.
Your asshole's not airtight, dude. It's not gonna like.
Could be.
I don't think
You
it's
don't
gonna,
know my asshole.
Yeah, if
you
anything.
just shove something in there like that. It's not
I
gonna
actually
pop.
have
like
bacteria that makes gas go in
when
there.
you shit. Does it do that?
Yeah.
Do you get like a noticeable like every time you fucking shit?
Every time I shit, it makes a little like
Maybe.
sonic boom.
You
it
just can't
rattles
hear
the
it
porcelain
because
really bad.
you just can't hear it because you're going past the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
Did-
right.
Dave,
Yeah.
did you hear? Did you say you're moving at the speed faster than the speed of light? Can you hear your fart? Was that your question earlier?
Yeah, but like more so just like anytime you're past the speed of sound. Like if you're going faster than the speed of sound and you fart, at no point will you actually hear that fart.
Right. It's pretty sick.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
Isn't that nuts, guys?
Yeah. I think about that a lot.
Guys, what are your thoughts?
If
That's
a
the
tree-
new. That's the new. Are you thinking about the Romans right now? Question.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about
my
how if
gosh.
you were going faster than the speed of sound, you couldn't hear your own fart?
What the fuck was that about? It was like asking men like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Like literally never. Like people
Never,
don't
not
actually
once.
do that. No. The only time I think about the Roman Empire is when like, you know, I think about that fucking philosopher that was living in a barrel and was like jerking off in the market.
I want to learn about this guy.
Yeah,
What?
Now I'm going to
It's
start
fucking,
thinking about it.
Aristotle.
No,
Copernicus.
Socrates?
what's his
I was going to say
fucking name?
Copernicus, but he's not.
Is it
What'd you
that?
say, Smitty?
Is it that
It's
Copernicus?
Diogenes.
Yeah, that guy. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
So it's not
Diogenes
Copernicus.
was like the guy who was like he made fun of Alexander the Great to his face, and allegedly, a lot of it's probably fucking apocryphal, but you know, that guy.
What a baller. And
Yeah.
he jerks off in a barrel.
No, he just like jerked off in public because he is quoted as saying like, "If only I could banish hunger so easily." By like rubbing my belly or something like that. I don't know. That was his. Yeah, no, he's a fucking strange person if he actually existed.
The G.G. Allen of their time.
I mean, I see what he's saying. If he's horny, he just jerks himself off, and then boom, problem solved. If you're hungry, you rub your belly, boom, problem solved. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I had to figure it out.
He did. I'm gonna go jerk off in the street now, in a barrel. It's like a fucked up version of
shit.
Oscar the Grouch.
Poor people don't wear barrels and no clothing underneath like they used to.
No,
No,
it's a
they
shame.
We should bring that back.
Boys, I have a question slightly off topic. Have you guys ever seen a word that you've known forever, but then forgotten how it's pronounced?
Do you have an example?
Yeah. The other day I saw the word academia, and for some reason I was just like, academia? Like, I could not for like the life of me. I was staring at this word. I'm like, I know this word.
It feels
Why
like
the
something
fuck don't
that's
I know how this
happened,
word is pronounced?
but
yeah, I
don't
think it's happened to me
recall.
too, but yeah.
It's it happens to me with the word homage, and I'll still like I'll read it and I'll be like homage. Nope, that's fucking stupid. It's homage, but it's spelled like homage or homage or something.
I think Dr. Dre pronounces it homage in a song, and I think I've pronounced it like that before, like in context of like I think I only ever knew that word from that song before I heard it pronounced correctly.
I'll see the word
Aren't they-
macabre written and like I'll still do a double take and be like, is that really how it's spelled?
I don't even know what the fuck that word is.
Macabre?
Homage correct, given the, like certain context.
I have no idea.
I always thought it was homage.
I think, well, yeah, it's homage, but I don't know. Like you pay homage to something.
That
See,
that is a thing.
I
so Dre was right.
I don't know. I thought it's still.
It's always
I'm
right.
paying an homage to whatever. Like
Yeah,
Actually, no, I'm not so
no.
sure.
Because
either.
Dre said haters pay homage.
Well, I need
So
to make sure because I hate when people say, "Oh yeah, in homage to this." I'm like, no, it's not. Oh, stop it.
or Scott, do you remember that time that I like couldn't stop saying the word colonoscopy
Yeah,
because we named a dinosaur an arc
I think we did.
colonoscopy,
I think we.
and then I
talked about
forgot
this
that colonoscopy is correct.
I think we talked about this in a previous episode. We're getting on.
We probably
original-
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got mad about it, Scott, because you pronounce it that way in your head sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, and then we made
Okay,
the
so-
photography joke.
Yeah.
I just looked up homage on dictionary.com. Apparently you can pronounce it either way.
Wow.
Fucking
Yeah,
English
homage
elite,
is
man.
apparently acceptable.
Well,
It's got the little
Dang.
pronunciation next to the word, and it's got two pronunciations. Interesting.
We just cracked the case wide
Well,
open.
I'm
Fucking
still an
A.
homage supremacist. So anytime somebody
I'm going
says
back to homage.
yeah, I don't like you.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
homage
it
sounds
both ways.
fancier.
It
Based
does.
on how I'm feeling at the time.
Homage is pinky out.
Yeah, there you go. Homage is the working class way to pronounce it.
Homage
I
is for
said-
rednecks.
It's
I
the
say homage so
proletarian
I
way.
can pay homage to Dr. Dre.